we are with the battery-powered greens harvester. There are about 4 different models, the 90, 120, 150, 170
centimeters.
Centimeters. So again, these are all basically the same machines. The only real true difference is the width of the cutting bar and the belt. Okay, so the assembly process, the operations will all be a very similar
same.
The only one that you're going to find different is going to be the drill-powered greens harvester. So that's a whole different conversation, different video. All right, today we're going to be focused in on the assembly of the unit once you get out of the crate and the standard kits. In separate videos, we're going to show you how to do the optional add-ons, as well as more of an operations and check-in. So, Romain, we get this in the unit. It's mostly assembled, but there's a few steps. What are the few steps?
Yeah, so the machine is like nearly 100% assembly, but you need to put the handle first, then the crate holders, and the batteries, and then you can play around the field. So it's really quick to do, like 10 minutes work, but you have to do it.
Let's do it.
So first you have to put the handles. So as you can see on the right side, you have a connection there. So you just need to slide the connection on those 2 U bolts. There, slide the handle inside. Yeah, so I'm good there. Just plug the connections.
And this is a 13, I think.
Yep, it is.
And you can just tighten up the nuts. There are 2 U-bolts on each side, so that's 4 nuts on each side. You don't need to over tighten them, but just enough that it. All right.
Yep. So, and now you are done with the handle, so it's very quick. Then on that box, you're gonna get the crate holder. So I'm gonna take that box out of the machine.
So we turn it around so you can see what's inside the box. We have the 2 plastic guides, which I'll be installing here. They're gonna go, you're gonna remove the little bolt and the washer. It's gonna go right along the edge, okay? So I'll be doing that here. And you also have got 1 little bottle of the cutter bar oil. Make sure you review the maintenance video to really understand what you need to do on a daily basis. But this is to get you started. What do you got there, Romain?
And I have 1 of those 3 crate holder. So we're gonna install those back of the harvesters so you can harvest directly on the crate.
Okay. So each holder is 1 crate.
Yeah, each holder is 1 crate. It's fully adjustable based on the size of the crate you have. And so the machine is delivered with 3 holders, but if you want, you can also harvest on a bags, which is an option. So those one are delivered with the machine, but if you want a bags, you can get a bags.
Got it. Okay. So we're going to go through and get these things installed. So as I mentioned, this has a little Allen head and like a flat washer. I'm going to be putting it this way and then just through like so. So I'm going to do this on both sides identical to this process. Explain your side, Romain.
Yeah, and about the crate holder, I just unloose the 2 nuts, remove the washer, put the crates on top of that toolbar, and put the washer and the nuts again. And I have to do it 3 times. I'm gonna tie it at the end so I can easily adjust the position based on the crates I have here.
One thing I noticed, Romain, is there is a slot here. Is there any specific place?
I think you're good there.
A little bit past, but not all the way in the middle. So I guess once we have the crate on, we'll get a better feel for it. Sometimes having an impact can help, I found, with a lot of assembly stuff. The thing with the impact, just make sure you don't over tighten. That's the only thing that sometimes can be a problem with the impacts. But it can speed up the process. So we're going to go ahead and just finish tightening this stuff down, then we'll cut back in the video then.
do the final bolting at the end. Yeah, it's better. So I need to be like this. Okay.
So as was looking here with Romain, we can adjust have this forward or reverse. We can also change where this bar is in relation to the vertical height, simply because some crates are taller than others.
Yep.
If a taller crate, you're going to take these bolts out and move this whole thing down. But for right now, the crates that we have are pretty short, and so we'll leave it where it's at.
Yep. So let's put the batteries on the harvesters and turn on that unit.
So each unit comes with one battery.
Yep.
And you can run it with one battery. You could get a separate battery, but you can't plug both of them in. So only one battery can be plugged in at a time. What size of batteries are these?
Those are 24 volts batteries. Yeah.
Okay.
43 amps. Do you want me to slide?
Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, 24 volt, 33 amps. Are they lithium or lead acid?
No, lead acid.
Okay. All right.
Deep cell batteries.
Deep cell batteries. Good.
And you have these little plugs there to connect on the batteries, so you cannot make a mistake, plus and minus. Just slide the plugs inside the batteries.
Well, here we are back in Ohio. I'm going to do a quick intro in how to install the charge and charging system onto the battery setup for the greens harvester, the 120, the 150, that series battery powered system. So we have a charge that we supply with it here. It's with the US based plug, and it also uses the Anderson SB50 port. You're going to notice that this red one that's on here is the CB50, which is a European version, and that is not compatible. As close as it looks and as similar as it is, there's a little bit difference. So what we're going to do, we're going to remove you're going to first take the shield off, which I already did. There's 4 bolts, and we'll put that back on then. Once the shield is off, you're going to remove each of the terminal ends, and I have a small wrench. I have a 10 millimeter. You probably could do with a standard, I don't know, 7/16 or so, but I use a 10 millimeter here. So we're going to remove the bolts for the black and the red. We're going to leave the other charge port on, and the reason we're going to do that, this connector, because this connector actually goes to the power unit itself. So I can't just change it out. I have to have both of these plugged in. So we're going to remove the bolts from the battery. Okay. And then we're going to, as best as we can, take the tail that you would find in the box with the charger. It's already got the ends crimped on and everything. And we're going to push through, and I know it might be a little bit difficult, and I haven't. Okay, so we fast forwarded through all my struggles of getting that together. And the secret's going to be, I'll show you on the red, but removing it from the cable and then using some kind of tool to help you get these pulled together. So I'm going to leave this here for right now with the bolt going through. But basically I want to get both of the cables running through, and we'll tighten them down together. So now I'm going to try to show on the red one a little bit of the lesson I learned. I actually removed the item from this, put it on the new wire first. It just makes it a little bit easier. So put it on the, not that it says easy. And you wouldn't technically have to do this. You
you could just, but this looks a little bit cleaner. I like having these covered. It just looks, it'll just all the way around be a better fit. Okay, so then I kind of got those together there, all underneath. And we're gonna put this bolt through there as well. Okay. All right, so once we have the reds together, the blacks together, we can tighten this down. Let's screw it back on. So you're going to want to tighten both sides down, and that will give us both the ability to charge the unit with the one lead and then connect to the machine with the other lead. All right, so that's that. We're going to take a quick break, and I'm going to show you how to put the shield back on and where to put things. After some work, I was able to get those grommets back on over the units and bolted back down. Again, they're pretty tight, not ideal, but it does work if you want to have a clean cover like that. So once we got that, we're going to then have this free end, which will be used for the charge port to connect to the charger. Okay, so your charger is going to be plugged into your 110. And then you'll just plug this in and away you go. So that's pretty simple for the charging process. Then you can just determine where you want this to stick out, whatever's most convenient. I don't really have an ideal place, where you would like it, but we're gonna set it out this end, and I'm gonna be showing you the machine where it'll be. We're gonna put the cover back on, and this is accomplished with the 4 bolts that you took off that I didn't show you on camera, but there's going to be 2 on this side and then 2 in the back. So I'm going to cut then to the next screen, which will show you where we're putting this on the power unit itself. But then we'll do the final kind of installation of the battery on the unit. Okay, so we have the battery here. We're going to put it on the unit, just kind of sits right on the saddle. You'll notice there's a couple holes that it can go into, and then there's a bolt on each side. With this nice lanyard that you can strap it down. Once it's bolted in place, then you can do 2 things. You can connect, which will probably change the camera view. I don't think you can see it here, but well, maybe you can. Right there is the power plug for the power unit itself, so we can plug that in. Okay. So now we have power to the unit. And then on this side, we had left that little unit sticking out right here. So now we have power. This is how we would plug it in. Okay, so when you're wanting to charge, plug it in here. We're connecting to the power unit there. So that's the basic setup for the battery and how to convert to the US style charge adapters.
One of the final parts of the assembly is the winnower needs to be moved out, and these wing nuts that are on the zip tie here that I just pulled off are going to be added in. So we're going to loosen the big wing nut behind the tire, pull it forward. Oh, there we go. Okay, how far forward? Is that good?
A bit more. Yeah, like this. It's
okay.
Good.
All right, so we're going to pull that forward, and then there's you're going to use a wrench to loosen there. And what size of wrench is that?
This is a 16.
All right, 16. You're going to take out the actual bolt. And this is designed for transport so that the crate can be smaller, more compact. Some of the earlier versions did not have it designed that way, but if you get a version that does, that's what that extra wing nut is for. So we're going to remove that bolt. You do not need that bolt anymore. It can be, thrown away, I guess, technically. All right, looks like the threads are gonna, there we go, got it. Okay.
And then at the end, just remove the cover from the blade for sure.
Okay. All right, so that's that, and that's going to be the step to remove the cover and change that wing nut out. There's the owner's manual right in here, so that's very helpful. Just a reminder on the owner's manuals, they are in French and in English. The second half is usually the part that's in English, so make sure you get to the halfway point to find the English. Okay? And so let's fire it up, and we're going to just show basically how to turn it on, and then we're going to show you in separate videos how to add on some of the optional accessory kits, also a few tips and tricks for how to make some adjustments and maintenance. But today simply we're showing you how to do the assembly process. All right, so let's flip it around. We'll show the startup process.
Just a quick review of what are the handles and the use of the harvesters, but we're gonna go deeper on the next video. Okay.
Okay.
So here you have two handles to unclutch the wheel, just to move the machines freely. Here it's the operator's presence. Yeah, to turn on, let's say, presence and turn on the unit. Then on the box there, you have an emergency stop. So be sure this one is up. And then bunch of buttons where we are going deeper together.
Okay.
And just to turn on the machines, you have a little button there. So then the machine now is turned on.
Okay. All right, well that's a quick overview of the assembly process of the battery-powered self-propelled greens harvesters. Again, clue in and check in on more videos that we have on the actual operations, additional to the kits, but that should help get you started out of the box of how to put it together. Thanks, have a great day.
Thank you.